And we'll make our way down to the mat. Nice and easy. Uh-oh. So position yourself on your towel so that it hits just maybe underneath the shoulder blades. And just to begin, just use the upper block here to support the head. As you just bring the hands to the body, close down the eyes. Just a moment to center, to collect the breath, to collect the body, collect it all with the mind. Drawing in a full deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath out of the nose. Take 2 more like that, filling the chest, filling the front ribs. And exhaling slow, just to let it go. And if you're using support now underneath the head, take a moment and just drop the back of the head to the mat. So this is your first scan to see how high or low the towel is. So with the head resting on the mat, chin is kind of tucked in. Arms maybe out to the side, at least to start. See if you can continue a fluid breath. And if it seems to be catching, unroll your towel just a bit. And if you're breathing super easy, maybe roll it up just a bit. With the feet hip distance apart and parallel, let's bring the heels of our hands to the hip crease. So we're just going to take a little scan here to feel into the back body, kind of like warm it up before we get started. Fingertips are pointing up to your knees. Your palms are flat on your thighs. As you draw the in-breath, tuck the belly in and just slide the fingertips up towards the knees as you lift the head and shoulders up. And then slowly inhale, draws it back down. So belly in, couple sweeps here. Fingertips towards the knees and slide back down. Inhale, draws the belly in, and on the exhale, curl in and lower. And then last one, curl it up and lower back down. So as you come back down, just take a pause here, readjust your position in your upper back, then interlace behind the back of the skull, elbows up toward the ceiling. And your gaze now, throughout this practice, at least the core part of it, keep your gaze towards the ceiling and not on your device. So we're not going to pull on the head. The head is just relaxing in the hammock of the palms. On your inhale, draw the belly in and come up halfway. On the exhale, without pulling on the head or neck, curl in so that your floating ribs come closer to your hip points. Big inhale is going to take you back halfway, and your exhale is going to lower down. Inhale, come up half. Exhale, round in. Bring it back halfway and lower down. Take 5 more like that. Inhaling and exhale all the air out as you roll those elbows towards the knee. Big inhale halfway down and let all the air out as you relax down. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale on your breath. As you finish your last one, bringing the head down, open up the elbows, and again, make any adjustments that you need to with your towel. So I'm going to lower mine just a bit so that I can still breathe and talk at the same time. So opening up the chest, opening up the elbows, take a nice full deep breath. Now, if keeping that movement was a challenge for you this morning, you stay with that. Otherwise, I'm going to lead elbow to knee. So same movement, halfway up, curling in and coming back, but we're just going to add that little spiral rotation. So elbows up, choose whichever version that you'd like. Draw the belly in, inhale halfway, exhale, knee comes up, elbow reaches. Inhale, come back halfway and lower down. So the knee's not coming past the hip point. We're actually reaching that elbow towards the knee. Come back halfway and lower. Inhale, draws the belly in, take the twist. Come back halfway, everything lowers. We'll take 5 more. Inhale, twist. Inhale, lower. Inhale, exhale on the twist. Inhale and lower. Up, curl, up and back. 3 more. Finishing the last one, head comes down, elbows go wide. Take a full breath across the whole upper body. Breathe into the ribs, expand them now to the side body. And then roll over to one side, remove whatever prop you're using underneath your shoulders. Come back, let's take a full body stretch. Fingers away from toes. So maybe with this stretch, you can feel where you just worked underneath the sternum here. And then come back, bring the feet to that bridge position, hip distance apart and parallel. Take a moment here, hands beside the body, palms down. Big breath in, so you tilt the pelvis up just a little bit. Let's move into a bridge pose as you press into the feet, press into the back of the arms, lift the hips, rolling your weight onto the space between the shoulder blades. So not in the head and not in the neck. Press into your heels, lift the hips a little bit higher. Again, finding all this space in the front body, but also in the back body. One more breath here. And then taking that towel or bolster or block, sliding it underneath to rest at the sacrum. So again, the sacrum is the shelf, not in the low back and not in the fleshy part of the buns, right between the hip points. Set yourself down. So it should feel comfortable. I always think about Jane when we come onto our block, but hopefully with the towel here, we've got a little bit softer of a supported bridge, right? Take a breath. Hands can come to the body. Arms can go out in cactus. You can hold on to the side of your mat for a little leverage. For me, I like to bring my fingertips right to my low belly in between my hip points, just so that I can connect with where we're working. Draw the legs up to tabletop. So again, knees right over the hip points. And just draw the belly in, and we're just going to heel tap. So lower one heel down. Slowly bring it up. Opposite side, lowers it down. Draw the belly in as you bring it up. We're going to take 10. So 5 on each side. Use your breath and really hug in your core, navel to the spine here. If you begin to feel it in your low back, don't come down as far. Keep the spine supported here. by drawing in your core. Knees stay over the hip points. Heel taps, and then use your core to draw that leg back up. Last one, draw the knees into the chest. Let the spine kind of roll in with you. Again, if that was challenging, stay with that knees bent tabletop position. I'm going to extend my legs up towards the ceiling, flex through my feet, heels pressing away. So I begin to activate the back of my legs, draw in my core, and then we'll heel tap again. So draw one heel down, and then use your core to pull that leg back. Opposite side. Working really low belly here. Keep the breath flowing. It's really important. Get that air down to those muscles so that they don't seize up. The body knows with good breath work, it can relax and open up. Let's take 3 more each side. Really concentrate on using the core to pull the leg back up. Last set. Excellent. Wherever you are, draw the knees back in. Give yourself a hug. Oh. Re-extend the legs towards the ceiling. Again, reflex, flare the toes. Here, two ankles together, 2 knees together, 2 thighs pressing together, 1 leg. We're going to lower down. I only take mine a third. You don't want to feel this in your low back. So if you come down all the way and you feel like you're arching your spine to bring it back up, don't go down as far. We don't want to sacrifice the low back here. So press the heels up, bring the belly in on the inhale. Exhale, lower down any amount. Then bring it up. And again. So judge your distance. Keep the belly hugged in here. Shoulders soft and faces soft. Breath. We're going to take 5 more. Nice work. Okay, last one. Hug the knees in. Plant the feet down again, coming back to that bridge pose position. Feet parallel, hip distance apart. Arms beside the body, palms down. Press into your feet, lift the hips up, come back to your bridge. If you want an extra credit, maybe you float the arms overhead as well. Getting a nice stretch from the knees all the way down to the shoulders, from the shoulders to the fingers. And sweep the arms down and slide your block or bolster, whatever you're using under the sacrum, out to the side. And slower, you can roll down the spine or you can lower all one piece, whatever feels good in your body this morning. Take the feet wide on your mat. And let's just windshield wiper the knees right and left. Just to reset the spine. And then walk the feet back. Send the legs long. Take that full body stretch one more time. And take that block into your hand above your head. So as you take the full body stretch, kind of squeeze the elbows, the shoulder blades underneath you. And then as you're ready, draw that belly in and up. And on the exhale, lift the shoulders, head off the mat, past that block between the feet, and then slowly lower everything back down. Inhale draws the belly, draws the head, draws the shoulder blades up as you reach for that block. Keep the legs right over the hip point, and then slowly lower back. So again, modify this by bending the knees and passing it off to maybe the calves as you lower back. Just watch your back. Lifting shoulder blades and head off, passing the block off, and again, up. Each movement a full breath. 2 more. If this is the hardest thing you have to do all day, you've got it made. Last one, up. And lower everything down. Stretch it out. Fingers away from toes. Again, draw the knees into the chest. Let the tailbone round up, squeeze in. Take that gentle massage right and left. And then roll over to one side. Make your way to all fours. So from your all fours position, just stacking through the joints, spreading the fingers, couple cat-cows here again, just to bring some movement into the spine, dropping the belly as you take the in-breath and rounding and pressing into the palms as you take the out-breath. One more. And then lower down onto your forearms. Send the legs long behind you as the hips come down to the mat. So coming into our Sphinx position, elbows are underneath the shoulders, hands spread wide. Pressing your palms into your mat. Draw the palms toward you like you could bring your mat toward you. And as you do, let that draw the chest between the biceps, maybe finding a nice stretch from the navel to the sternum. So just bringing some space into all the muscles that we just worked. Gaze is straight down. Your neck is right in line with your spine. 3 breaths here. Each breath drawing the heart space forward, not up. So we want length, not height here. And then we'll bring the hands together at center, make a fist. Draw the feet in, tuck the toes. As you're ready, moving into a forearm plank. So pressing into the arms, lifting the hips. Heels go back behind you as the chest lifts. Hips in line with the shoulders. Here, draw in the core. Use your breath. Full inhales as that chest comes forward and the heels go back. The belly supports a nice straight spine. Press into those forearms, roundness through the shoulder blades. Always the option to drop to the knees. 2 more breaths. Then slowly lower the pelvis back down to the mat. Take the arms back into your Sphinx pose. Press into the palms. Draw the chest forward. Find that nice long stretch. And then make a pillow with the hands. Elbows go wide. Drop the forehead to rest on the back of the hands. Shimmy out the hips here. Or bend the knees and take the windshield wiper movement that way. Just find a little bit of release for the back body. At the same time, feel your breath, feel your ribs on your mat. Close down your eyes. And just take a moment here to let the body relax. If you're here for the 20-minute practice, just turn off your device, find a few moments where you can rest and digest. Full breath in and a slow breath out. If you're continuing on, draw in 2 more full rounds of breath. And then we'll return to that Sphinx pose. Again, elbows underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Take 1 more stretch here. And then we're going to find that thread the needle position here. So the left arm's just going to extend forward enough so that you can slide the right arm underneath the body. Come to rest on the temple and the shoulder tip. So beginning to open up the outer right shoulder. Just let the weight fall there. Nothing to do here but breathe. Walk those left fingertips further up towards the top of your mat. Send the right fingertips further towards the side of your mat. 2 breaths. And a little of that 2 for 1 action as you prepare for your next exhale. Just send that left knee directly out to the side, right out of the hip socket. So you've got this nice 90 degree at the hip. You've got a nice 90 degree at the knee, and then flex the foot so that you have a nice 90 degree at the ankle. Draw in 3 full rounds of breath here. See if you can let that pelvis sink down just a little bit more. Release any gripping. Feel the weight in that bottom shoulder as it opens up the back of the shoulder joint. As you stretch the left hand far forward, feel the stretch down the whole left side of the body. 1 more breath. And then we're going to take that left hand and just slide it to the outside so that your palms rest on each other. Take the breath, let the body, front body, just kind of round in. And leaving the leg structure exactly like it is, we're just going to roll onto our upper back, take that left arm up to the ceiling and out to the side. See if you can come into a gentle spinal twist. Again, that left knee is out to the side, arms to a T. Let the shoulders relax on the mat and breathe into the upper rib basket here. 3 full rounds of breath. Let the shoulders relax. Find broadness across the collarbone. Notice your jaw and your face muscles here. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth. Full deep breath in. And exhaling, we're just going to take that left arm back, up and across the body where we started. Rolling back onto the belly, allow the left leg to meet the right. Come back into your Sphinx pose. Find the length again in the front body as you drag the hands towards you. And we'll move to the opposite side. So this time the right hand's just going to slide forward enough so that you can slide the left arm underneath the body, coming to rest on the outer left shoulder tip. Reach the right fingers as far forward as you can as you stretch the left fingers off to the side. And then we'll bring that right knee out to the side, right out of the hip socket, making that nice 90-degree in the hip and the knee and the ankle. Taking the full deep breath in here and just letting the body settle. The pelvis gets heavy. The weight on that outer shoulder tip begins to bring some space. And as you crawl the right fingertips forward, you find space from the fingertips to the shoulders to the hip. 3 rounds of breath here. One more big inhale. And on the exhale, we're just going to slide the right palm over to meet the left. As you do that, begin to slide that right palm down the front of the body to open up to a T. Again, the right knee stays down. Gentle twist. See where you can soften here. And if you find you have trouble settling the upper shoulder, see if you can lift up the upper body and just kind of slide it over to the left. See if that gives you a little more room to open up through the chest. Draw in the full breath. Let it go slow. 3 more rounds. Settle where you can settle. And as you're ready, one more full breath in. And on the exhale, drawing that right arm up towards the ceiling, crossing the body, palms coming back together to touch. Just pause here, let the shoulders relax in, relax through the upper chest. And slowly to come out. We'll roll back onto the belly, finding our Sphinx pose, and then bringing the right leg to meet the left. Plant the palms one more time. Take that full stretch into the front body, get nice and long. And then slide the hands underneath the shoulders, press your way back up and back. Child's pose, extended child's pose. So fingers reach far forward as the hips sink back. Emphasis here is on the spine. So allowing the tailbone to sink, a rounding from the low back, mid back, and upper back. Let the head, the forehead release down to the mat. Let the shoulders soften down. And take 3 rounds of breath. And from here, we'll find our moving cat-cow vinyasa. So keeping those fingers extended forward. As you're ready for the inhale, bring yourself up to your table. And then sink back, arch the spine, sink it back, hips to heels. Twice more, rounding up on the inhale and arching, sinking back on the exhale. One more like that. Coming back to extended child's pose, get long one more time. I'm going to add on here, bringing the hips forward for that version of up dog. So big stretch here. Inhale, we come up. And exhale, we shift the hips forward and down, lift the chest, press through the palms. Coming back through your table, shift it back to your child's pose. With breath, we come up. We exhale as we come forward. Inhale, presses back, and exhale, child's pose. One more like that. Bring it up. Bring it forward. Bring it back to child's pose and pause there. Get nice and long again. Now, any version, I'm going to lead adding on a down dog and a plank. So as you're ready, lifting up on the in-breath, coming forward on the out-breath. Tuck the toes under on the in-breath, lift the hips high, press the palms away from you, down dog. Come up high on the toes as you float it forward to your plank pose. Press through the palms as you send it back to your dog pose. Drop the knees gently to your child's pose. So everything with a fluid breath coming up on the inhale, forward on the exhale. Toes are tucked as we lift the hips high and back, down dog. Big breath, come up high on the balls of the feet as you float it forward, plank. Send it back to your dog. And drop the knees, child's pose. 3 more on your own now. So it doesn't matter the pose, it's the breath and the body working in unison here. So if you forget where you are, just do what feels good. Two more. And as you finish the last one, extended child's pose. Flip the hands so that the palms face up. Let the shoulders soften here. And then just draw in the fingers to make a fist and bring the knuckles towards your inner wrist. So just working through the wrist here, send it back, flatten the hands out, spread the fingers wide, and then draw in the fist and draw in the knuckles. Let the hands relax, open up the fingers wide. Make the fist, maybe this time thumb into the palm and wrapping the other fingers around. Draw the knuckles in. Then bring a fist bump so the knuckles meet at center. And as they meet at center, press them in and feel the stretch to the outer wrist and the top of the hand. Then maybe send the knuckles right and left as the heel of the hand meets. So just work through any variation there. And then open the fingers again wide, starfish your fingers. Flip the palms open or down. Send the arms right and left. Crawl the fingertips out. Lots of space from fingertip to fingertip. Then allow the palms to reach back to the feet. Maybe you hold on to the heels. Maybe you let the forearms just relax on your mat, palms up. Maybe you stack the palms on the spine or find that reverse prayer behind the heart and let the shoulders droop as the elbows bring weight to the stretch. Wherever you are, 3 full rounds of breath. And this is where I'll leave you this morning. Again, if you can afford the time, turn off your device. Enjoy just a couple minutes with your body and your breath before you step off into the day. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for joining in. Tomorrow, hips and hammies in our jammies, one of my favorites. Hope to see you then.